now, we take you to New Haven, where several wrongful conviction cases dating back to the 90s are starting to come to light as they work their way through the court system.
The state awarded 2 New Haven men millions last year, and another is in federal court right now looking at compensation possibilities. NBC Connecticut's Kyle Jones spoke with one of their attorneys about the impact of these cases. Kyle.
So, Mike and Keisha, New Haven Alder Troy Streeter was awarded more than $5 million on Friday by the state, and that was for a 1990 murder conviction in which he was pardoned. And so his attorney told us today that cases like Troy's in New Haven are more common than we think. Attorney Alexander Taubes says recent wrongful conviction victories by Marquise Jackson and his client, Troy Streeter, are examples of a troubled New Haven Police Department in the 1990s.
One common thread that we see in all of these New Haven wrongful conviction cases is a complete lack of forensic, physical, or scientific evidence.
He says there are 12 New Haven cases listed in the National Registry of Exonerations. Among them, Scott Lewis and Stefan Morant, both convicted of murder in the mid-90s. In this NBC Connecticut story, witnesses claim Lewis was working that night. He was exonerated in 2015. Morant claims that he was in South Carolina with his family.
I saw Stefan. He was at my house. There's no way Steph could have been in New Haven.
He was exonerated in 2021.
If someone is wrongfully convicted, that's awful and a miscarriage of our justice system. And they should avail themselves of the courts to try to rectify that situation. Right?
Lewis was paid $9 million under the Tony Harp administration, and Morant is currently in federal court suing New Haven police, including former Detective Vincent Rocci. Elliker says they evaluate the merits of each case.
Each case is different, right? And even people that were involved in an incident that was the same incident have different situations.
He couldn't say more about the ongoing case, but talked about the current department 30 years later.
What's important to me is to ensure that our police department today is doing everything to ensure that they treat everyone in the community fairly,
including holding officers accountable. Taubes says that he'd like to see a panel of forensic scientists review potentially wrongful convictions in New Haven.
And allow hard science to look at these cases that were based many times simply off of eyewitness testimony with no physical evidence involved.
Now, he goes on to say that he knows of at least 2 more cases right now of people in prison who have cases similar to that of Streeter and Morant, and that's what the attorney is telling us. And so he says that he wants to see more of those forensic science panels because he says witness testimony over the years is falling apart. Live in New Haven, I'm Kyle Jones, NBC Connecticut News. Guys, back to you.
Kyle, thank you.